I think there is no way you cannot hear that. So you may have noticed already. Hi there, welcome back to the Virtual Writing Academy. Today is going to be a bit of an off day. If this was truly like a class, this would be the day where the substitute teacher brings in like a TV, slides in a VHS. No, that doesn't happen anymore. Puts in a DVD, and that starts playing, and it's me. I'm gonna teach the class from far away. Why? Because I'm not at home. I'm not in my regular setup, because as you can tell, this is not my house, and this is not my lighting. I am at Kitty's place because I'm looking after a cat for a week. So this week's videos are gonna look a little bit silly. I hope you understand. I like it because it looks like I'm deep underground, which I think is pretty funny. I like the theme of like, yeah, you know, where's freaking Max this week? Oh, I'm just deep in a bunker underground. That, or it also looks like there's a single God ray, and I'm just like blessed, actually blessed. Where are the words this week, God? Anyhow, so this week's episode is already pretty darn silly. Welcome back to the Virtual Writing Academy. I hope this is not your first episode. If it is, go back to the very first one on the playlist, episode 1, character, for a much more, better starting point. Because today we're gonna have a bit of a, today we're gonna have a very casual and rather strange exercise. But if for some reason you really want to start here, the setup for these videos is relatively simple. Every week we gather here on Fridays, and I give you a writing prompt. I give you some ideas, I give you some ways to twist and turn the story, even some music to get you right into the writing mood, and you actually sit down and write. There is time in this video, 10 minutes of it allocated for you to actually get writing done. You clicked on this video, I assume you can spare 10 minutes to get some writing done, so let's do that today. We're gonna do a very quick setup. I'm gonna assume that by now most of you already know the setup and what's gonna be happening, so I think we should just move right along, okay? If this was like an actual college class, we'd be like, okay, this time class will end like an hour sooner because this DVD has to end somewhere or sometime, okay? So I'm gonna count down from 3, and at the count of 1, I'm gonna assume that you are ready to get moving. You have your pencils, your computer, you have everything ready to get going. Headphones, door closed, a nice quiet place for you to, a nice quiet place for you to sit down and get some writing done, okay? 3, 2, 1, let's go. As always, you know the dealio. Wow, there's really is construction outside. You know the dealio. Every week I bring you a prompt, and you are welcomed, allowed, encouraged to change, twist, morph, do whatever you want with this prompt. Make it work for you. Make it even, if you're working on a project right now, and you can think of a way of making it work into what you're writing, then do just that, okay? The goal here is to get writing done. It's not about it being pretty, it's about it being written, okay? Okay. And so, today's prompt is kind of timely for my situation, because I am at Kitty's place looking after a cat, and the thing that I'm enjoying the most is a little bit of peace and quiet. Today's prompt goes a little bit like this. Write a scene from the point of view of a character as they enjoy a moment of peace and quiet. It could be a vacation, it could be a day off, or even just sitting at a waiting room. Your character has a nice moment to breathe and not worry. But can your character actually do it? Can your character enjoy this moment, or will they just end up thinking about all the things that they're carrying on their shoulders? Alright, so at this moment, most of you already have your idea set up. You have a character, you've picked one, and you know exactly what point in the story it is. So for everyone else, a couple of ideas out there relatively quickly. Where in your story could your character enjoy a moment of peace and quiet? Would it be in the beginning, in the middle, or right before the climax? Right before the final battle? That's a really good moment of peace and quiet. Whatever it is, just grab it, one single moment. Focus on your character, what they feel, and what's inside of their head. What are they thinking about in this moment of peace and quiet? Are they actually able to enjoy it, or are they thinking about everything that happened before? All the people that came and went, all the lives that were sacrificed for the cause, or the things that just won't ever be again? This and countless other questions can be answered and only be answered by you writerly friend. As always, before we set off into the writing journey, I'm gonna give you one last present. I didn't give it to you last week because last week was pretty straightforward, but this time, if you struggle with the first line, and the first line is always a pain in the butt, then let me give you a sample first line. You can take it, twist it, morph it, do whatever you want with it. If you would like a first line for this story, it goes a little bit like this. This might be the last time Again, this might be the last time Okay. The writing time is almost upon us. You know what to do. You've been here before. Remember, as always, that you have a way of telling this story, and only you can write it. Don't hesitate, don't doubt, don't fret. Jump in. Don't question what you're writing, just get it on the page. That's what matters. Not pretty, but written the way stories are actually told. Okay? Are you ready? The writing starts at the count of 3, 2, 1, go! 60 seconds remaining. Alright, time's up! Pencils down, fingers off the keyboard! If you minimize the video, please bring it back up. Welcome back! How did your character enjoy their moment of peace and quiet? If I must say so myself, I am particularly enjoying my moment of peace and quiet. Here at Kitty's place, just looking after her cat. Have a nice little house all for myself, doing lots of writing. It's been really relaxing. But life is not always so simple for our characters now, is it? What did your character do? Were they able to just push aside all the things they were worrying about? The answer is probably no. Did someone show up? Did someone show up and give them a moment of solace? Did they come to a new realization? Or maybe they came upon an old realization, the one that they've been holding on to for the entire story. One of the things that people have to remember in storytelling, and this is not a rule, it's just a guideline, something to remember, is that writing advice on the internet, online, tells people that there should always be something happening in the story, and that's supposed to take the form of usually violence or conflict in the form of violence. And I think that moments of introspection, like a character sitting down and thinking about things, can be as meaningful as any battlefield, especially when it is the battlefield of the heart. The camera is too low for you to see me tapping on my heart, but you get the dealio, okay? You don't have to have your story be one thing or several things. The story only has to be one thing. That story. Some stories have a lot of combat, a lot of violence. Some stories have a lot of personal conflict and a lot of dialogue. You can't take those blanket rules and apply them to your story. You have to find what works for yours. And if you ever think that, I apologize for the noise in the background. If you ever are writing a scene and the story feels like it's slowing down, don't question your story. Just write it, because that may be the way that story is supposed to be told. Okay? Okay. As always, if you enjoyed today's writing, I would love to hear what you did. A summary, maybe, of what you did with your writing, or even post your writing in the comments down below. Talk with your writerly friends. And of course, if you want to share your writing online, you're completely free to do so. Your writing, your time, yours. You did it, it's yours. No connection with the prompt at all. It's your writing. You can share it anywhere. Please consider, though, sharing with the tags on the screen right now so you can find more writerly friends. Aside from that, the formal reminder, as always, that the music you heard during the writing session came from OCRemix.org. The track you heard today was Don't Go by RoeTaka, also known as Alex Roe, and OCRemix.org. OCRemix.org is a wonderful website filled with talented musicians who are making remixes of your favorite video game tracks. This particular track is like the one sole remix of The Walking Dead Season 1, and it's a really good remix. RoeTaka, Alex Roe, he usually does Dark Souls stuff, but this a Walking Dead Season 1 remix is so good, especially because the soundtrack for that game was never released, which is just heartbreaking. But anyhow, that's another rambly stuff's out of the way for the time being. If you enjoyed this prompt, please let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate it. Give it a like. It actually means a lot, especially for really niche kind of series like this, offering writing advice to other writers. It really means a lot. Additionally, if you have ideas for future prompts or things and subjects you would like me to tackle in future videos, please let me know as well in the comments down below. And now, as we're rolling into the formal outro, if you enjoyed this video and would like to make sure that I can continue on making more of these videos for the foreseeable future, as well as getting cool perks along the way, please consider checking out my Patreon. You can watch videos early and cool stuff like that. Or if Patreon's not your cup of tea, how about a cup of coffee? There's actually tea in this cup. One-time donation in the link in the description down below. I would really appreciate it. Focus, camera, we're in the outro. There you go, we're back. Hey there. And lastly, as we're rolling into the formal outro now, on the screen right now there should be a big playlist, like right here, with all of the other previous Virtual Writing Academy episodes. There should be a button to subscribe, a button to my Patreon, and a button with my channel to my other channel with Kitty, where we do anime and Let's Play stuffs. Thank you for tagging along. Thank you for your patience with this strange week of videos, and I hope to see you on the next one. Okay? Okay. Class dismissed.